From the beginning of our relationship, we just always knew that we wanted kids.
And so kind of the first year went and no baby, and next year goes by and still no baby. Year 3 went by and still no baby. We went to the doctor, still didn't really have any answers, just kind of unexplained infertility.
Sometimes we would take a pregnancy test on Sunday morning, and then, we would get the negative, and then at that point, it was just hard for me to get on stage because I'm like, oh gosh, I thought this was the time.
And there were times, we would just break down and cry because it seemed like, God, we serve on staff, we have gone on mission trips, we, helped with youth at one point. We're doing all these things, but we're not having a baby. I had reached out to one of my friends and said, hey, I know you all adopted.
Just thinking of the cost of adoption and just the process, we just had this fear of, okay, God, we don't know if it will actually work out. Can we afford this? Can we go through this process?
I'm like, okay, well, this is what our salary is, and this is, all these things. And I thought, there's just no way, Marcus, we just won't have kids. I don't know how this will ever work.
We were in service here at Parkway, and one of our missionaries came and she spoke, and I remembered she had said, there's somebody in here who's just really letting fear get in the way of doing what God's called you to do. We had said, okay, we're gonna dive in. This is what we're gonna do.
Our home study was approved, and I thought it'll be 6 months, maybe a year before anybody picks us.
That same day, the social worker that was working with us had said, hey, we have a family that might be interested in talking with you all. And I'm like, oh, this is quick. I was like, what in the world? And so we met with that family 2 days after we had our home study approved.
Just asking us about how we came to decide to adopt, what that looked like. She herself had been adopted, so she kind of had a different perspective than maybe other birth moms.
At the very end, she had a bag and it had, what do you call that, Brittany? The picture?
Sonogram.
Yeah, the sonogram. Now, and said, would you all be her parents? And we really hadn't talked about it to say, we're gonna say yes or no. I just immediately said, yes, we are her parents.
I don't think most people who adopt get to go to every sonogram appointment, get to go hear the heartbeat, So we went through the entire pregnancy with her. I went to every appointment with her. It's bittersweet because I know on the other side of this, she's giving up her baby, but I get a baby. And so it was bittersweet is the only word. I was at the grocery and her mom called and she said, don't want to alarm you, but I'm going to take her to the hospital. I'll keep you posted. I didn't even make it home. I had to turn around, all my groceries in the car. I was
here at church.
I immediately called my mom, called my sister, and I'm like, I'm just going to park my car in the parking garage. All my groceries are in it. Can someone come and get it? They've done an ultrasound and there was a clot in her umbilical cord. And I'm so thankful for the ultrasound tech because they don't typically catch that. And the result usually is not a baby that's born alive. They said, we're gonna do an emergency C-section. And so I'm so thankful though that not only our birth mom, but her mom advocated and we're like, no, she gets to be in here. Whatever's happening, she's in this room. And so I got to put all the scrubs on and wait patiently. And we weren't even in there. Gosh, it was probably 10 minutes and there she was, crying and healthy. It was like my heart on the outside of my body looking at her, but, knowing that I didn't birth her, but that God had picked her specifically. It was an instant connection.
Mama. Everything is mama according to you. Mama. But one day you'll see mama's everything is you. Say it. Mama. Mama. Good job. She's just like us, which is wild.
It is crazy.
It's wild. She's loud, like her daddy, loves music like her daddy, but is very caring and compassionate like her mama. And so I just couldn't have imagined just a more perfect child for our family. She blesses us every day. She's so sweet. I look forward to seeing her, every morning. Whenever I get home from work, she's, running, Daddy, Daddy, it's so good to see you. And so she's just a blessing to us.
She is.
Not only did God pick us for Penelope, but I felt like God chose us for Penelope's birth mom as well. She was only 14 when she got pregnant, and so all throughout her pregnancy, we would go out with her pretty much weekly. We would go out and take her out to dinner and just get to know her, and she would get to know us.
Like 2 days after we came home from the hospital, we went and had a visit with them. We knew she needed that for closure and for her for that side of it. And so it just was peaceful.
She just wanted Penelope to know that she loved her. And we will always remind Penelope and let her know that your birth mom loves you just like we love you. So we'll continue to do that. Like she said, there's just a peace. It's like they're our family too. There's no weirdness about it or anything. It's just their family to us. So
don't wave. Don't you do it.
Do you know how to wave?
She does it.
Can you wave at the camera? We were limiting God. We were thinking, oh gosh, we don't see how we could. It was just up to us to trust. Put our full trust in Him through the process.
It just really was God just saying, I got this, don't worry. Yours isn't gonna be like everybody else's story. It is gonna be different.
Yes.